Hey, this is Pastor Purple. I have just arrived back home from church, still sitting in the car. Couldn't bring myself to get out. I was really overwhelmed today at today's service. We read Matthew chapters 5, 6, and 7, the Sermon on the Mount, and the congregation were reading different portions of that scripture. I really commend you to read the whole thing in one go. And take your time and really breathe the scripture. When I was in Israel, one of the things that they taught us is that when you come from a rabbi that comes from a certain region, he will often use what he sees in order to teach people, because actually it's their everyday experience. And so that Sermon on the Mount, if you then picture some of the things that were unfolding before Jesus as he was given these lessons, it's really quite fascinating to see how that picture builds up. But the reason I thought I'd pause is because I had to share my testimony. I felt really impressed that I could have preached from any of those portions of that scripture, but I really wanted to use it to share a testimony with the church. And the funny thing is, it's not like I don't say things about my personal life in sermons. Of course I do, because you give illustrations and stories, and I'm a storyteller. At heart, I love to tell a good story. And so as I was unfolding this testimony, as I was unfolding my story, I got to a certain point when I had to talk about a low that I was experiencing, and the loss of a friend, the loss of a former a church member from my old church, a loss of someone who is my age, who has kids the same age as my kids. And I began to unfold it, and I realized I hadn't really had the opportunity to process the guilt, the guilt, the mourning, the loss, everything that surrounded this. And I stood there and I felt the tears welling up as I began to say the story, and the members were crying because I could see they were experiencing the sermon in their own way, and they were thinking of the losses that they had. And it was a really special moment. It was a special moment to worship God, to remember that he is with us in the highs, he is with us in the lows, that he is there on the mountainside teaching us, drawing close to us, so that when we come off the mountain and we are in the low valley and it feels dark and it feels oppressive and you wonder why, he will hold you. He will comfort you. And the verse that it brought to mind is in Matthew chapter 5, and it says, "Blessed are they who mourn, for they shall be comforted." And Jesus says that. So it's a promise he has given us, that when you are in sorrow, when you are in mourning, he will comfort you. All you have to do is accept it. He is ready to come and be at your aid. And it is a difficult process, and we know that mourning has many stages, but he will be with you through all of those stages of grief, of anxiety, of anger, of feeling guilty, of all of the things that come with that loss. And so I just want to encourage you, if you are going through something, I'm going through something currently, be encouraged. You are blessed because he will comfort you. He will be with you throughout. And I just wanted to share that moment from our service today. So have a wonderful rest of day. I hope you enjoy. We are currently on Sabbath, but you may watch this on another day. So if you watch it on Sabbath, have a lovely Sabbath. But if it's another day, listen, may the sun always shine in your favor. God bless. Bye.